On July 19th, 2026, the world will collectively stop. More than 1 billion people are going to tune in to a patch of grass in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Spain versus Argentina, the European champions against the South American kings. But while the fans are watching the ball, the real game, the high-stakes, billion-dollar corporate war, is happening behind the scenes. This isn't just a soccer match. The 2026 FIFA World Cup Final at MetLife Stadium is the most complex, expensive, and logistically insane single-day sporting event in human history. We are talking about a machine designed to print money, testing the absolute limits of United States infrastructure. Forget what you know about regular sports broadcasting. This event is a masterclass in global scaling, corporate sponsorship, and urban logistics. Today on Global Wire, we are going inside the staggering business case study of the 2026 World Cup Final. How did the U.S. pull off a 48-team mega-tournament? What does it take to secure 82,000 screaming fans, global heads of state, and VIP billionaires in one stadium? And how is this single match set to inject billions into the local economy in just one weekend? Strap in, because the whistle is about to blow on the biggest logistical operation New York and New Jersey have ever seen. To understand the sheer magnitude of this weekend, you have to look at the battlefield. MetLife Stadium, temporarily rebranded as the New York-New Jersey Stadium, to comply with strict FIFA corporate sponsorship rules. This venue was already a colossal feat of engineering, home to the NFL's Giants and Jets. But FIFA doesn't just walk into a stadium and play. They demand perfection. For months, a quiet infrastructure war has been waged. The stadium had to undergo massive, multi-million-dollar renovations just to widen the pitch to meet FIFA's exact millimeter specifications. We are talking about removing dozens of lower bowl seats, altering the foundational architecture of a stadium that cost $1.6 billion to build, all for a few crucial feet of grass. And let's talk about that grass. FIFA mandates a natural grass surface. Growing and maintaining perfect natural turf in the sweltering heat of a New Jersey July is an agricultural nightmare. The pitch has been grown off-site, meticulously engineered by leading agronomists, and transported with the kind of security usually reserved for state secrets. It's a living, breathing asset worth millions, designed to withstand the brutal cleats of the world's greatest athletes without tearing. If one patch of this grass fails on Sunday, 1 billion people will see it. But the stadium is just the epicenter. The real logistical flex is the perimeter. Hosting a World Cup final isn't just about unlocking the doors. It requires building a temporary mini-city. Let's talk about the VIP economy. When Argentina faces Spain this Sunday, the airspace above New York and New Jersey will be the most contested real estate on Earth. Teterboro Airport, the primary hub for private aviation in the area, is operating at maximum unprecedented capacity. Billionaires, corporate sponsors, A-list celebrities, and global royalty are descending on the city. The logistics of moving these ultra-high net worth individuals from luxury hotels in Manhattan across the Hudson River to East Rutherford is a military-grade operation. We are seeing a fleet of black SUVs, private helicopter charters, and police escorts dominating the transit grid. And then there is the security. You have 82,000 people inside the stadium and potentially hundreds of thousands more outside at the FIFA Fan Festival NYNJ. The Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, local police, and private security contractors have turned the Meadowlands into a fortress. This involves cybersecurity teams monitoring for digital threats against the stadium's ticketing infrastructure, drone surveillance scanning the perimeter, and thousands of boots on the ground. The budget for securing this single weekend runs into the tens of millions of dollars. It is a massive, coordinated effort to ensure that the only battles happening on Sunday are between the players on the pitch. But why go through all this trouble? Because the ROI, the return on investment, is astronomical. This isn't just a sports match, it is the ultimate corporate showcase. The 2026 World Cup is the first to feature 48 teams, meaning there were more matches, more inventory, and more ad space sold than ever before. For official sponsors, this Sunday is the climax of a multi-year marketing war. Brands have paid hundreds of millions of dollars for the right to associate their logos with this event. When the camera pans across the stadium, every LED board, every VIP lounge, every inch of available space is optimized for visual dominance. Broadcasters in the United States have paid premium rates for the rights to air this match. With the game perfectly timed for the East Coast afternoon and primetime viewing in Europe, The advertising rates for a 30-second commercial slot during halftime are rivaling, and in some global markets exceeding, the Super Bowl. This is the holy grail of live television. In an era where streaming has fractured audiences, live sports, specifically a World Cup Final, is the only remaining property that can guarantee a synchronized, massive global audience. It is the ultimate attention monopoly, and corporations are paying whatever it takes to rent a fraction of that attention. And the product on the field? It is an absolute marketer's dream. You could not script a more compelling business narrative. On one side, you have Spain, currently the top-ranked team. They are an absolute machine. By the metrics, they are the higher-performing squad, employing a hyper-aggressive evolution of their signature passing game, a style researchers are now calling a tiki-taka. They dominate possession. They suffocate opponents. They are the corporate equivalent of a perfectly optimized, unyielding mega corporation. On the other side, you have Argentina, the defending champions. While Spain relies on systemized perfection, Argentina is pure, chaotic magic. Data shows that a staggering 12 of their 19 tournament goals have come after the 75th minute. They are the ultimate late-stage disruptors. They wait until the opponent is exhausted, and then they strike with devastating precision, driven by their individual star power. This clash of styles, systematic dominance versus mystical inevitability, is exactly what drives viewer retention. It guarantees that audiences will stay glued to their screens until the very last second, terrified of missing the decisive moment. For advertisers, this means minimal viewer drop-off. It means high retention. It means maximum value for every single dollar spent on ad time. This is the first time in 60 years these two nations have met in a World Cup, and it is the first time ever that the reigning champions of Europe and South America will battle in a World Cup final. The stakes literally cannot be higher. When the confetti settles and the trophy is lifted this Sunday, the immediate economic impact on the New York/New Jersey area will be calculated in the hundreds of millions. Hotels, restaurants, transit systems, and local vendors are experiencing a gold rush. But the real legacy of the 2026 World Cup Final is long-term. This tournament has proven that the United States has the infrastructure, the capital, and the logistical muscle to scale the world's biggest sport to unprecedented heights. It is a massive flex of organizational power, setting a new, arguably untouchable benchmark for future host nations. The business of soccer has been forever changed, and the blueprint was drawn right here in New Jersey. Will Spain's flawless machine conquer, or will Argentina pull off another late-game miracle? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you want to understand the hidden business wars and corporate strategies behind global events, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This is Global Wire. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.